computer, and welcome guys to Happy Half Hour on March 1st, beginning of the month. We are ready for an awesome month. So tonight's topic is going to be on tips for shooting videos. So drop in the chat a number 3 if you have been avoiding doing any sort of video demonstrations, Facebook Lives, anything like that. Drop a 3 if you are someone that is avoiding those, and drop a 6 if you are already doing some videos. Okay, so I'm going to go here, here we go. Okay. So I'm going to have whoever can man the chat, because I know that I have this big black bar there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so tonight is all about tips for shooting videos, whether this be for your Zoom parties, whether it be for your Facebook Lives, maybe it's recordings just to demonstrate some tools that we have, or maybe you just want to pre-record your stuff before posting it because you're just not quite there yet. So we're going to give you 6 tips on the videos, and then Whitney is going to share an app that makes, when you make a really long video, go through super speed and just a really intuitive app. So here we go. Okay, tip number 1, you guys want to plan ahead. Planning ahead is super important, because especially when you're going live, because just because it's live and impromptu doesn't mean it needs to be sloppy. You don't need to get like 100% perfection when you're going live. People like to see you, they like to see authenticity, but rambling and not having a plan on the video is going to show. Make sure you have a purpose to your video, something you'd like to accomplish, a message you'd like to get out, and even a call to action on your video. So decide, is your video a short video demo for a virtual party library? Is it sharing a product that's on sale or as a special? Maybe you're just creating a following and you're sharing a fun recipe that you have, or you're just sharing hashtag real life dinner cooking in the kitchen. If you guys saw mine tonight with baby screaming in the background, well, not screaming, but screeching. Kind of get that idea and that purpose in your head. Mise en place. Mise en place means in its place, okay? Setting everything out in its place. So make sure you set your tools out, set out your ingredients, and connect with your host, followers, or guests about having that set up. About and now if you're going live randomly for dinner or something, you don't need to announce it, but say you're going to do some really fun video, like Whitney will be able to speak to, she puts on her Facebook page, hey, going live at 7 p.m. tonight, family and friends, and then people tune in. And Whitney, about how many hours in advance do you do that?
I think the least I've given people is like an hour, and the most is maybe 8.
Okay. So just something to consider. Again, I go live on a whim, but if you're like showing something really cool or you're really excited, make sure you give them some heads up, especially if you're having some followers. If on a video, set up your camera and make sure it encompasses your prep area. If you have to move around your kitchen, plan for movement, and then create just a roadmap, even if it's in your head or just on little Post-it notes, some little talking points. If you have some products out, just kind of put, oh yeah, remember that tip on zucchini, or remember, talk about that tip on how to use this product. Doesn't need to be a whole story, just have some of those tips there, and have a roadmap ready to go, so you're not stumbling over your words while you are talking on the video. Tip number 2, equipment. Now guys, you do not need to go spend hundreds of dollars on equipment. Go check out Amazon, okay? You obviously, if you're doing videos, you need a camera. You can use your phone, your webcam, if you have a portal. I just got an Alexa, so I'm trying to set that up to be able to go to Zoom. So any of those things work. I typically use my phone or my webcam on my computer. A tripod. If you're using your phone, or if you have an actual camera, use a tripod, because it really stabilizes it. It helps. And oh my gosh, guys, the minute I got a tripod, actually I got this arm that's showing here. It has improved my videos so much, from like trying to prop it up against my computer or the refrigerator or on top of the stove or like walking around with it. So make sure you stabilize and create that. Because really, if you can embrace the equipment and using some of these things, it's going to help. Clear audio. If you do not have a good microphone on your phone, guys, that's going to make a huge difference to someone watching your video. If there's like a lot of ambient noise or something like that, you are going to have some issues with people viewing it. And then good lights, and honestly, again, these can be cheap. This ring light I think is like 30 bucks on Amazon. I don't even want to show you my desk right now, but I'll show you this in the next one. I just have a desk lamp literally clipped onto a book so you guys can see. Look at how the difference. Okay, that's off. And then have this propped up, and just it creates a little bit more of a professional look there. And make sure that you have lighting for both sides. We'll get into that next. So I guess tip number 3, use plenty of light. Okay, natural is the best light. Paige is our own photographer on our team, and she's actually going to be doing a happy half hour later this month on lighting and photography and things that you can do when you're taking pictures of your products and your food. But I think she can agree natural light is best. Flat light spreads out light evenly across the subject. So flat light would be that the light is hitting you basically straight on, I think. Is that correct, Paige? Okay. And then avoid just overhead lighting. I know in my videos, I am notorious for just having my overhead kitchen lights on, but you can go back and look at them. You can tell from my Thirsty Thursdays where we have good lighting to my just kitchen like dinner demos where it's just overhead lighting. It really creates some unflattering shadows on me, the subject, as well as my food. So if you can use some flat lighting and use plenty of lighting, it does not have to be expensive. Like I said, I just like have a $20 clip light right here that I can move around wherever I want to go. Okay, this is super, super important, guys. Use your phone the correct way. Okay, so when you are able to, use your back camera, because that is typically going to be better quality than your front camera. Obviously, if you're going live, it might be a little hard because you kind of want to see the comments and things like that. But when able, use your back camera. I want you to remember to, I'm going through my notes here. Record in landscape mode whenever able to. So that means if you guys can see me here, let me see if I can side by side myself. I can't. Okay, so basically you want to turn your camera, make sure it's landscape mode. It's going to allow you to capture more footage, and it's going to allow you to use what I'm going to go over next, the rule of thirds, a little bit better than if you're going to use a vertical mode or portrait mode.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
Just as a note, I don't think you can use landscape mode on Facebook Live from there unless you have like a webcam. I think if you're on a phone, it will require, or like maybe it's that you have to start in landscape mode.
You have to start in landscape mode. I know you can use it because I do it all the time. And you might need to make sure that your phone's not on lock in portrait mode. A lot of times our phones have that flip-flop thing. Yeah.
I just watched a Facebook Live last night, and it was like they, to start, they were like rotated, and then so they ended up having to rotate the camera back the other way.
Yeah. So make sure you play around with it. You guys can go live in our Thomas Selling and Sharing Train page, or probably any of your personal pages, even personal team pages. If you just want to practice, just play around. I always tell my team, there's like 15 of us in there. Say, hey, I'm going live to see what this looks like. That's fine. Just go see what it looks like. And then if your phone or camera has a grid feature, you can use it to implement the rule of thirds. And I'll go over what the rule of thirds is in a minute. And I can tell you iPhones and Androids both have it. It is in your settings. Go into your camera, click settings. If you can't find it, Google it because it'll show you. But the grid is going to help you create a little bit better of placement for your camera and for the subject. So let's talk about the rule of thirds. Okay, so the rule of thirds is when you, well, let's talk about what people typically do. So a lot of times people put their subject dead smack in the middle of center, right? And honestly, that's not the most eye-pleasing for people to watch some of these videos, especially if you're prepping and you have stuff out. You don't want yourself or smack dab in the middle of camera. It looks better of a shot if you use this rule of thirds as a guideline for lining your subject and other elements in the video or photo up. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, do you guys see this before picture? This was putting the subject, which is this beautiful bowl of granola and fruit, smack dab in the middle. It looks a little weird. It's a little bit of a weird angle, and you don't really know what the focus of the picture is. So the rule of thirds is if you see the grid lines, if you remember the grid lines there, this is going to fall along one side of the grid line. So this one is falling to the left grid lines. Okay, and that's your focus here. These ones here are using the same thing. You can see this red line here, and I don't actually know what kind of food that is. It kind of looks like pancakes, maybe like green pancakes with some enrichables in it, some kale and fiber. Somebody else might know what it is, but do you see how they lined their subject up on that left grid line there? So if you can do that, you can kind of get some better shots and more eye-pleasing angles. Okay, and then this is going to go straight into what Whitney's talking about, but choose a good video editing program. Okay, you want to pay attention to the ability to add text, the ability to trim and crop videos. If you want to transition between scenes, if you're adding chunks of videos together or putting pictures in with your videos, you may want to be able to change the aspect ratio. Some of these are too high of terms, so if you don't know what they mean, don't worry about it. Okay, once you start doing more videos, you'll understand. Be able to add filters or have a library of stock videos and sounds. Sometimes having a sound to a video is fun. I will tell you, Pampered Chef is affiliated with Jump Rope in some way, shape, or form, and Jump Rope's a pretty cool app that does have a stock library of Pampered Chef items and pictures that you can insert into your video. Okay, and then keep it simple, sweetie. Kiss. Remember this, okay? So keep your editing simple, especially if you're new. And this is exactly what Whitney's going to go over today. Don't go try to try all these new effects and things like that. It can be a lot of fun, but a lot of times it can get busy then. So keep it simple, clean editing. Just do the bare minimum when you're starting out. So some things that you might want to consider: use noise canceling to clean up any background noise. Okay, adjust the lighting if you need to. A lot of times these apps allow you to adjust the lighting if you can't make that work within your house. Cut out awkward pauses or silences. You can, if you have, your kids walk in and you turn your head, you might be able to cut that out, right? It's something that you could edit out. And then you can also add background music and transitions if you want, as you start doing more of these or want to do a slideshow. So that is what I have for your 6 tips. So now Whitney is going to share. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight. I guess before I move on, well, nope, we're going to have Whitney go into it and then we'll get questions at the end.
Awesome.
If you have any questions, drop them in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay. So you are ready to go, Whitney. So
all right. I'm not doing the lighting thing right now. I was going to be up in my studio, I guess you would call it, but I'm not. So here we go. So I'm going to share my screen because I want to show you InShot on a phone to show you how easy it is to use. So we're going to go to InShot. So this is an app that, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Sam? Yeah. Okay. So this is an app. I believe there's like a 3-day or a 7-day trial. And then it's $14.99 per year, which is really not bad. Like some of these are like $14.99 a month. And I think there is like a lifetime purchase, but you can make your decision from that. The reason why I like this the most is I'm going to add a video, and you can see my 2 videos that I've already created here. So this is my story from earlier today. So I'm just going to click on my story. What I did was I downloaded my entire Instagram story, which includes personal stuff, which I don't really want to play with. So I'm going to add that. And then this is my son. It was Rare Disease Day yesterday. He has a rare disease MPS. I just have to plug that because I'm here. So I can select this just by touching it. And then I can easily crop this out by just sliding the slider bar. Can you guys all see that?
Yep, we can see it, Whitney.
Okay. So then if I press play, then it's going to go and show you, although that's kind of weird that it's doing that. There we go. So I'm going to stop where the video of me starts. So I can press play and it will show me this video.
I have belatedly realized.
So then what I can do is, if I want to speed this up, I can scroll over here to speed. And then I can do up to 10. And then when I get to 10, it gives me an error down below. It says speed exceeding 10 times may cause original audio loss, which I'm actually fine with. So I'm going to go to like 30. Okay. And now look how much shorter it is. So we went from like a minute to now it's like 4 seconds. Boom. Okay. You could always edit that, so I can slow that down. Start from the beginning. Now it's a lot longer. Now, do you hear how you can hear that like weird like screeching? So we can take the volume down and take out all of the original noise, which is so easy. I can also add audio. And I can do that here under music. And they do have tracks available. So you can look in your iTunes. You can go to their featured. And then you can also extract the audio from your video. So let's just do Rookie and we'll do, I don't know, let's do Shoreline. So we can download that. It's gonna play a version of it. Okay. Use, and I'm gonna bring it back so that it starts at the same time that the video starts. And you can just see it's like a drag and drop feature where it's like, oh, okay. So that's cute. I can also record. You can see a record. So if you wanted to do, for example, a voiceover for your tutorial, you could record a voiceover for this tutorial, which I really like too. Effects I haven't really played with. You can do a transition. You can import a game into here. And what this does is it, go away. It creates different tracks here. So I have my audio track, I have my video track, and there's different tracks that are here. Then I can do a picture in picture if I wanted to. So if I wanted some other picture in here, I could do that. So that would be like if you wanted, for example, a video of you narrating the video of you preparing the food, but on like a sped up version. Like you've seen that on YouTube where people are like, and here I'm doing blah, 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 right? If you wanted that, you could do that. You can add text. So you can overlay text here. Dinner prep. You can play with a lot of different features here. So I don't know, Sam, do you want me to go over anything else?
Why don't we see what are you guys feeling? Do you guys have any questions? Does anybody have any questions they want to come off, drop in the chat? Do you guys want to see any other features? I think that's kind of the basic tutorial just to show you guys a little bit about what you can do with some of your videos that you make.
Yeah.
What's the name of this app again?
Sorry?
What's the name of this app again?
Oh, InShot.
Do you know if it's available on both iPhone and Android?
No, because I have an iPhone. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I will check.
That's fine.
There's the app. So InShot. And just to show you, it looks like this in the bottom left-hand corner here. This is what it looks like. I also use Canva quite a bit for like GIF type images. But InShot is definitely my go-to for video editing.
InShot is available on Android as well.
Awesome. They also have materials here. I just realized this. So you have like things that you can use that they provide you. So these are filter packs, so you can add filters to it, different texts. So yeah. That's what I've got for you.
Whitney, do you have any experience with iMovie?
I do, and I don't find iMovie to be as user-friendly as InShot.
Okay, cool.
Because I started with iMovie and I hated it. Like I didn't feel like I could change, like I had to really Google a lot with iMovie, like where is this feature to add this to the video, right? Whereas like in InShot, it was like the speed was right there. And that's all I cared about when I was doing my first videos. I wanted to condense a 10-minute video to like 1 minute. And so I went to 10 times the speed and it condensed it super quickly. And then I don't know how many of you saw my funny video where I was doing my cooking demonstration and I wanted to speed up most of it and then slow down a piece of it of me spilling my crap all over my kitchen. Did any of you see that? I know Sam did. Anyway, so I sped up everything leading up to me, like doing this like faux pas where I like literally spilled something out on camera and then laughed about it. And I wanted that piece to be slow and the rest of it to be fast. And I found InShot and it was like, it maybe took me 10 minutes, maybe, to edit that together. And I felt like it was pretty seamless, that video.
You know, if
My
InShot allows you to, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess condense or create like a short video by adding like videos together to make
Yes.
one big long video. It does?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Great questions. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? If not, we definitely have this video open. We are all in this together and exploring our options. So we wanted to give you some tools, and we know that not everybody goes live. So if you are watching, then drop in the chat on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being, yes, I'm so excited to go do a video. 1 being, I'm still not ever going to do a video. How you guys are feeling after watching our happy half hour tonight. Okay, I see some 10s, some 5s, some 10s, some 3s. So if there's anything we can do to support you, again, you don't have to show your face per se. There's lots of different things you can use, the arms and just show your hand cooking and things like that. So we encourage you guys, go live, go show some videos in our Facebook groups here. We want to see what people are doing and give some ideas for everybody to make your own videos, authentic content. So wonderful. Well, thank you guys for joining us for Happy Half Hour tonight, and we can't wait to see you next week.